Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry I've been away for some days. I've got really ill, which is one of the things that happens here in Bali when you live on a tropical island. There are certain things that are your body's just not used to. You weren't born here, so you're exposed to things that your body just is not used to. And I got a stomach infection the second time this year, which was pretty brutal, and I had to go to the doctor and antibiotics and the whole thing. So sorry I've been away, but that's what's been going on. That's what's been going on. I've been getting, emails from students and just bedridden and, basically out of it. So I'm sorry about that, but now everything is back. I'm feeling better finally. Today's finally a day when I can, think about playing. And what do I do when I've been off for like a week? It's been about a week now since I started feeling bad and actually very weak also. Couldn't, lift. I felt like hard to even lift my arms, a fever and blah, blah, blah. So what do I do after that kind of a thing, how to come out of that and get stronger again on the kit. So by the way, I'm at a different place because I decided to move from where I was, and I'm more out, even more in the countryside. And as you can hear, there's nature all around me. There's chickens, and I'm gonna show you this place in a minute where I am. I've rented an apartment in this section anyway, but what do I do? And I just wanted to tell you because it's a different surrounding and all of a sudden. So what do I do? Well, the first thing I try to do is be gentle with myself, okay? And the rebound stroke is the way that I do it. Okay, why do I choose the rebound stroke? Because frankly, the rebound stroke is something that puts me back in touch with the basics of drumming. Now, once you've been playing for a long time, when you do these types of things, you like take a step back and you come back. Sometimes, you forget who you were, let's say. When you're ill and you're feeling awful and you just want to recover and feel better, you forget who you are. You forget what you've done in your life. You forget all the great things that you've done and seen, and you just want to get better and just want to get out of the hell that you find yourself in. So when I do rebound stroke studies again, I feel like everything comes rushing back. My memories, the things that I've done, the things that I've worked on, everything comes rushing back through these movements, and they become like a meditation that brings me back into the real world. Now this is one of my favorite exercises, as simple as it might look. It's just single strokes with pure rebound as much as possible. Pure rebound. Now, it looks easy, but it's not. Basically, you're doing 3 notes with one movement, and the third note is on the way up, okay? You get the third note by lifting. So coordinating that is not exactly easy. You have to concentrate, and that level of concentration that you get is what brings you into this state of hypnagogia, the way we talked about it before, and you forget the external world and everything that you are, the essence of you, all the work that you've put into your art form comes rushing back into your mind, and because your body remembers, you know, you might have been out of it for however long, but your body recalls it. And it's like all of a sudden, boom, oh my God, it feels so great to be alive, to just play and be in touch with drums again. This is a variation of that exercise. It's just the same thing, but I'm moving the accents around. Okay, and the third variation is just this. I've shown you this exercise before. Okay, and then the fourth part is this. So basically we have 3 strokes with 1 movement, right? And then two strokes, and then 4, okay? This one. So the whole thing together sounds like this. Okay, you'll notice that the last part there is 16th notes. So that is why I love this so much, because it really gently brings you back in touch with the kit and brings you back in touch with the elements of the rebound stroke. So, you know, I mentioned hypnagogia, and for those of you who don't know what that is, it's the state between being awake and being asleep, the state in which you can have out-of-body experiences and blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's a real thing. It's definitely a real thing. And I mean, if you play music, you know it exists. So bringing me back into that state makes me feel alive again. It's really amazing. And I can tap into that because of the elements that are happening with the rebound stroke. Remember the 4 elements, okay? Gravity, the weight of the stick, the rebound off the surface of the drum, and downward pressure, okay? Those are elements that are harmonious with nature. You feel like you're connected to the universe again, okay? Those elements that are in everyday life are helping you play, are helping you come back to life. That's my philosophy, okay? So when I do these exercises, I really keep all that in mind, and it helps me to have the discipline, okay, in mind when I'm doing this. So I don't want to, you know, play as fast as I can suddenly and just go fast, and well, that's totally meaningless, okay? The whole point of this is to gently bring yourself back in touch with the drums, okay? Now, I'm just going to do that exercise a couple of times, once more, so you can hear it, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. okay? As much as possible, rebounding everything, making sure the choreographies are straight, and that you're doing these exercises properly. Now, let's go into my book, Paradiddles and the Magic Sticking. The next phase of this whole process would be doing phrases that are a little bit more complicated. And for that, I'm going to go to the specialty phrases section of the book. If you have the book, you can check it out with me. Specialty phrases. If you don't have the book, you can buy it at my online store. Only 10 bucks. And yeah, I'm going to put the exercises up here for you as we go along. And this is the first exercises in the specialty phrases section, okay? Now, if you don't know the book, you know, you just have to get it, Paradiddles and the Magic Sticking, and you have to investigate what it's all about. The magic sticking is basically this: paradiddle, left, left, right, right, okay? Paradiddle, right, right, left, left. And it sounds like this. It's an extension of the paradiddle. Okay, now, in this exercise 1, we have paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle, and then a left-handed paradiddle on the magic sticking, and then we have paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle, and left-handed paradiddle on the magic sticking. All right, so it's very interesting, and it sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now that's a really beautiful phrase. It's a 3-bar phrase, okay? So you can make it into 4 bars, into as many bars as you like. The whole point is to have this sticking in your rebound arsenal. Have this phrase, I mean, in your rebound arsenal, because it's so beautiful and it flows so nicely. And once you have it down, you know, you can really apply it in music in 4 bars, 8 bars, whatever you like, because it's so flowing over the bar line. So let's just do it a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, you notice I'm rebounding as much as possible there. I'm not sticking. If I would to stick things, I could never reach those speeds, okay? And it's a sure way to injure yourself, as we've spoken about many times. Okay, so I'm faster with match grip for whatever reason at the moment. I've just been playing a lot more match grip lately. So let's do it a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So now, if you want to take it into 4 bars, for example, let's do exercise 2. 2, 3, 4. Okay, you'll notice that we are adjusting the sticking on the 4th bar, and it's going to start left hand lead when you come back around. Super, super nice, man, because, you know, you're alternating the leading hands, and the possibilities on the kit for this are tremendous. Okay, so like I just did there, if you want to make it into 4 bars, you just stop on the 5th bar, right? Okay, let's have a look at the next section that I like very much for this, and it's the magic sticking with a 3-bar cycle phrasing. Okay, also very, very beautiful and great for rebound studies, because it offers you 2 different combinations of things that you're doing: the magic sticking and basically this, which is a paradiddle diddle, but you're accenting the 3-bar cycle phrase. Okay? That's a paradiddle. But if you accent your right hands, you end up with that, okay? Okay, so let's check out this exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, again, super nice because of the switching of the hand, of the lead hands. Let's just do it a little faster so you can have a listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. I love it. I love it. Okay, in the next exercise, you're just going to move that phrase over, and it sounds very interesting as well. You'll just notice that, again, the lead hand switches around when you come around and do it the second time, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Really nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really very nice. So when I'm getting back into shape slowly, especially after feeling weak, you know, from a flu or whatever it is, this is the type of thing that I like to do. It gently brings me back into the world of drumming, into the world of the living. And it reminds me of all the great things that have happened in my life through drumming. And I also remember things like, hey man, I saw Buddy Rich live. I saw Buddy Rich live. I saw Vinny live so many times. I saw Tony Williams live, man, so many times. There are great things that have happened in my life, you know, that I've played with some amazing players all over the world. And I just remember all that stuff. It brings me back into reality. I'm sure you guys have experienced this when you're sitting there with a flu or whatever it is. You just want to, you know, sleep and crawl into a bed and just pass out and not do anything, and you just want to get better. I mean, I can't imagine if it's something way more serious like that. You know, I've had more serious issues like that, and it's really a bummer. And I just want to say, you know, thank God you have drumming in your life. Thank the universe, whatever, God, you know, I get into that, but just be grateful you have drumming in your life. It's such a blessing, man. It's so beautiful. Not everybody has this. And I'm sitting here in this section of Bali called Ubud. I'm in deep Ubud, which is very spiritual, you know, side of Bali, with so many yoga studios and workshops, and people come from all over the world to do meditation workshops and all this stuff. And people ask me, why don't you come to this meditation retreat and blah blah. It's like a 5-day retreat, and it only costs $3,000. And I'm like, I don't need that, man. I have this. They will never understand the connection, you know. Maybe they need meditation to even get an inkling of what this is like for us to play music, and that's fine. But it'll never be the same, because we were, you know, like born to do this. We've had these sticks in our hands our whole lives, and when we reconnect with it like that, man, it's so powerful for the body and mind. It's incredible. So let me just show you a minute where I am here. This is my backyard, basically. You see a lot of homes. It's very nice. It's very calm and peaceful area. I love it here because it's just, there's a temple down there, and maybe I'll take you guys around for a second and we can explore. So this is basically like an apartment complex, except for, I mean, look, you know, you have this, that's where I live, this apartment around here. This is an absolutely wonderful place, I think. Here's a little meditation place with its own what do you call it, statue, where people come here to, you know, to pray. That's very Bali, you know, very Bali. Full of flowers and nature, you know, I really love it. And this is another apartment. This is another apartment in Bali. They have these doors, always these doors, very elaborate artwork on all the doors. It's really cool. Here's another one of the apartments here. This is the main temple of the complex. Believe it or not, all these places have their own temple. And you come in here, you do your thing. Every one of these places has a temple. It's very typical for Bali to have temples in the homes, right? This is another apartment, very nice. This wonderful lady, she's preparing she's preparing things for the there's a festival coming, there's a ceremony coming, yeah? Ceremony, very good. And she makes these every day. She makes these. This is another area here. Huh? Mama. Mama, she's making something in the kitchen here. How are you? Oh, she's making more. What are these called? What is the name of these things? Dampulan. Dampulan, very good. Tomorrow there's a big ceremony, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, tomorrow there's a big ceremony in this part of town, so we have to prepare. Another one of the apartments here, the nice terrace. Look at these doors. These doors are amazing. And here you have that's the temple again. It's another entrance to the temple. And here's some chickens. Hey guys, how you doing? No, they don't like being approached. This is another apartment here with a nice place. This is where we receive the new tenants. And this is the fountain of the complex. Very nice. And this is the main doorway here. You can see where everybody parks. That's my bike over there. And you are received by a nice little fountain and these beautiful Bali gods here. You have at the reception area. Always, all these things are very Bali, and I really love it because it's just so spiritual. There's so much of this going around. He's Ganesh, a protector of artists. Ganesh in every household, pretty much. He has daily offerings there. And yeah, man, that's what's going on. I had to go away from the main city a little bit because I really needed a break. It's a very, very peaceful place. I've got my balcony up there where I've been, slowly getting back into the swing of things. And pretty soon I'll be at the beach again and like that. Okay, friends, that's my little pad up there. Very nice. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it for you and showing you a little bit about the daily life here. Okay, hope you're well wherever you are. Remember, if you want to pick up the book, you can do it on the website. And of course, we have the lesson site waiting for you. Everything waiting for you if you want to study with me. Pretty soon I'm going to have a new program which I'm excited to announce. It's going to be called the Mentorship Program. It's going to be a real deep dive with me on a very, very personal level so I can get your drumming skills up to par. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that later, but it's called the Mentorship Program and it's coming up very soon. All right, my friends. Hope you're well wherever you are. Peace out. Hi friends, I'm here to tell you about an exciting new program I have on my lesson site. It's called the Elite Program. In this program, you're going to be working with me very, very closely while I guide you through the entire site. The Elite Program, why do I call it that? Because I'm searching for the most dedicated people to study this material. If you want to be a professional drummer, you're going to have to change your life. You're going to have to put drums ahead of everything. And I'm here to make sure that that decision is something that's going to benefit your life in the most positive way it can. Some websites have guest artists that come in and show you some stuff for about an hour and then they leave and you never hear from them again. You're stuck with the guys on the site that may or may not have much experience at all. In this program, you're going to be working with me directly, 3 hours a day for an entire week online, okay? We're going to be having conference online, video conference, 3 hours a day for a week. In this week, I'm going to guide you through everything, prepare you. I'm going to watch you play. I'm going to watch you practice. We're going to work together on things in the moment, okay, which is very important. Now, why the price, you may ask? Well, an online video session with me usually costs $270 for 2 hours. A private lesson with me in New York costs $100 an hour. A lot of guys charge a lot more than $100, maybe $200, $300 an hour. My price is $100 an hour. I think that's fair. So if you take that many hours with me, okay, 7 times 3, that's 21, that's $2,100. The price of the course is $1,900. So you're already saving $400 by doing it this way. $400 savings. Plus, you have the full year membership to the site with email support, Skype support, and everything else. This unique study situation has been brought about by the technology we enjoy today. Before, you would have had to travel to New York, hang out with me, come to my house, you know, have all those expenses of going to New York, which many guys have done. But now we can do things in a much more, let's say, efficient basis, more economical, and a way that you can be constantly in touch, not only having me in New York there while you're there. Okay, so this is, I think, an amazing opportunity to study. I've taught at some of the best drumming institutions in the world. That's not something that everybody can say. And I have all that knowledge right here waiting for you. If you're serious about your drumming, the lesson site is there. And I'm there as well, ready to make sure you get the most out of the drumming experience and having drums in your life. Okay? I hope you'll check out the Elite Program. The most innovative curriculum there is comes from having the experience from teaching all over the world, drummers at every level from the highest drumming cultures on the planet. What you're going to need to participate is a way to interact with me online. You need to have a drum set up with your camera, your phone, or whatever. It has to sound halfway decent, and a good Wi-Fi connection so we have uninterrupted streaming. Now, as far as the price goes, if you use PayPal, you can break up the payments. PayPal offers you a variety of ways you can pay. You can use your credit card, and if you don't have access to those things, just write me and we'll figure out a way. But this is a very important program and I think you're gonna love it. It's not a common opportunity to study drums, so I hope you'll take it and make the best of it. All right, folks, see you on the Elite Program. Peace.